Good, happy Tuesday evening. It's Tuesday, July 19, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Tuesday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Tuesday evening, so let's get started right now. First up, New Hampshire residents seek relief from heat. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Factors could be particularly relevant to a company.
Forward is giving companies unique plans and solutions for their organization, and their organization alone. PNC Bank. See how we can make a difference for you.
The line at Livingston Park Pool started well before opening time at 1 p.m. Tuesday.
We absolutely expect this pool to be full. We have fun in the sun that's coming in a short amount of time. It will be packed.
180 people in the first 15 minutes. Capacity is 350.
How hot is it?
Really hot. It's really hot.
The city has another public pool on the west side and splash pads at other parks.
You guys ready for snow?
Not yet.
Manchester School District canceled summer learning classes for the rest of the week. And in Merrimack, one business owner refuses to turn on the ovens.
The first call I got this morning, they wanted 10 pieces.
The ovens are down. No pizza for you.
The next one, 5 pizzas. But, you know, I'm not going to kill myself in here.
It was 88 degrees inside Mark's sub shop this afternoon. An AC unit churning, a fan plugged in to help, and thermal blocking curtains. All not enough to keep up with conditions. But the shop is open. Subs, of course, and
I make meatballs. Everyone loves my meatballs. I sell more meatballs. People, today already, give me a dozen meatballs. Give me a dozen meatballs. Well, it's my grandmother's recipe, and I'm Italian, so...
Mark is an absolute legend. I did leave with 2 meatballs today. Listen, water, an absolute necessity right now. Don't forget to hydrate. Keep a special eye on your pets. Lots of shade, air conditioning, and freshen their water when you can. And watch those trips in hot cars for kids and pets alike. A short time in a hot car can be deadly. We're live in Merrimack this evening. Amy Cavino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. Former YDC counselor says she witnessed assaults, was attacked herself. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Hi, I'm former Governor John Lynch.
And I'm Alex Ray from the Common Man Restaurants.
As the war in Ukraine rages on, the plight of refugees is grim.
I just returned from Poland and Ukraine, and I saw the devastation and amazing work being done.
But more humanitarian help is needed. We humbly ask you to open your hearts and wallets as we launch New Hampshire Relief for Ukraine.
Donate online or by scanning this code.
Every dollar helps.
And the Common Man family will match up to $1 million.
Decades ago, Rachel Rowe, as she's known in court paperwork, was a counselor and guard at the State Youth Development Center. The woman who wants her identity and voice disguised, driven to tears that alleged claims of abuse at the YDC are finally validated.
These were children. They're recalling this with memories from childhood that were implanted in them wrongly by adults. They had no right to do that. They were supposed to be there to help them.
She is now a witness for John Doe number 441, a man now in his 40s who alleges systematic abuse there from the ages of 11 through 17.
He was jeered and taunted into suicide attempts. Let's all see you kill yourself.
Allegations of mental, physical, and sexual abuse at the hands of staff, supervisors, even other bigger boys.
they were kind of used as enforcers to, I guess, make the staff's job easier or to intimidate anyone who acted up or tried to report things.
She says every time she complained, she was told to be quiet. And when she heard guards were inciting older boys to attack and rape her for being a rat, they said it was a joke. She says she later suffered black eyes, a broken nose, and teeth from an assault.
That I was told it was a closed loop. If I go talking about what's happening in a juvenile facility, I would probably be prosecuted.
Now, attorneys who recently filed this suit say they now total over 600. The Attorney General's office says while it's not familiar with this particular civil suit, that it takes all of these kinds of cases, these alleged abuse cases, very seriously, and that it's committed to providing a victim-centered alternative to litigation because there's a state settlement process now in the works. Reporting live, Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Unemployment rate hits record low in New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
It's Bentley Chevrolet's open road season. Experience the full line of new fuel-efficient Chevy vehicles arriving daily. Gas prices are no reason to stay home. From the neighborhood dealer who treats you like family.
Bentley Chevrolet.
New Hampshire Unemployment Security releasing new unemployment numbers for the month of June, and the news is historic.
We've had a much quicker pace of recovery than our other states.
New Hampshire has had the lowest unemployment rates in the Northeast for all of 2022. Now, halfway through the year, and the record pace of hiring and job creation is expected to continue.
You know, we added nearly 3,000 working people to the labor force this past month. We're up 20,000 working people in the state over the course of the last year.
And there are still plenty of jobs to be had. Just a quick walk down Elm Street in Manchester and the Help Wanted signs fill the windows of restaurants and businesses. Catherine Reed is the general manager of the Eurospot. She says hiring has been tough.
It's hard to find people who are going to stick around for the long haul.
She worries that this is the new normal in her industry, but the state says optimism is high that the staffing crisis will begin to ease.
We still know that we have some slack in the labor market. Employers can still be adding jobs, so we hope to see continued growth as we go through the second half here of 2022.
Well, the national unemployment numbers are set to be released this Friday, and New Hampshire is expected to be at or at least close to the top of the list when it comes to the lowest rate. We're live in Manchester. I'm Nicole Lally, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Body found in Vermont identified as Massachusetts woman last seen in New Hampshire, police say. Mary Anderson found dead in vehicle in Brattleboro, Vermont. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
The Whale's Tail, New England's favorite water park in beautiful Lincoln, New Hampshire. Join us.
Catch the wave, catch the wave, catch the wave, catch the wave. Whale's Tail Water Park Wave.
Jen, that's right. Vermont State Police say a body found in Brattleboro today is 23-year-old Mary Anderson from Harvard, Massachusetts. Police say her body was found inside her truck. Anderson was last seen in Hudson, New Hampshire around 10:30 Saturday night. Anderson's mother, Sheila, said her daughter was supposed to be driving home Saturday night after hanging out with friends in Hudson, and she knew something was wrong when she didn't hear from her. Now, police are looking to speak with 34-year-old Matthew Davis from Fitchburg, Massachusetts. They say he is Anderson's ex-boyfriend. Police say Davis has connections to the area of Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and they're asking anyone with information about his whereabouts to call local or Vermont State Police. In the meantime, they say the investigation remains active and ongoing at this time. Live in the studio, Marissa Tansino, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Man charged with arson in connection with fire that damaged apartment building killed dog. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Well, Manchester police say 37-year-old Anthony Cody started that fire inside his Heavey Street apartment back on July 10th. Now, his arrest is the result of a joint investigation between Manchester police and officials here at the Manchester Fire Department. Now, investigators allege that Cody set the fire within his own apartment by lighting a chair on fire. The flames then spread throughout the entire three-story building. This fire was actually so intense it took nearly 100 firefighters to gain control of it. Some of the people who lived there did receive minor injuries, and as we mentioned, a dog died in this fire. Now, the fire displaced all residents and resulted in roughly $500,000 in damages. Cody has been charged with arson, which is a felony, as well as cruelty to animals, a misdemeanor. Tonight, he is being held without bail. Reporting live in Manchester, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire receives limited supply of monkeypox vaccine. Will prioritize who gets first shots. One monkeypox case confirmed in New Hampshire, 51 confirmed in Massachusetts. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
We need Maggie Hassan to keep fighting to lower costs for families. She worked with Republicans and Democrats to ban surprise medical bills. Now Maggie Hassan's taking on the big drug companies to give Medicare the power to negotiate lower drug prices.
Jen, right now New Hampshire has 262 vials of the two-dose Jynneos vaccine, so that's set to vaccinate 131 people. 65 additional doses are scheduled to arrive next week. So here is who will be prioritized first. People who have been exposed to confirmed cases who are considered high risk. Also pre-exposed people for certain high-risk healthcare and public health response team members designated by public health authorities so they can be prepared. This could include lab workers or healthcare workers. According to health experts, monkeypox can infect anyone who has close physical contact with an infected person or the person's clothing or bed sheets. Data shows only a small number of contacts are ultimately sickened by monkeypox, and there's a lack of evidence it spreads without close, intimate, or sexual contact. Now, right now, there is only one confirmed case in New Hampshire and 51 cases confirmed in Massachusetts. So some signs to look out for, some symptoms, a rash, a fever, or a headache. Live in Concord, Grace Finerman, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Heat-fueled wildfires destroys homes and force evacuations. Let's take a listen to that video from CBS News.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this very warm Tuesday night. Tonight, the heat is on across much of the country as the scorching hot summer grips the nation. Brutal and dangerous temperatures are being felt from California to Massachusetts. More than 120 million Americans are under excessive heat warnings or advisories, with triple-digit temperatures expected from the Great Plains to the lower Mississippi Valley. The National Weather Service says that more than 60 new record highs will be set across 20 states by the end of the week. Europe's record heat wave has resulted in Britain officially declaring its highest ever recorded temperature, while the London Fire Brigade declared a major incident after multiple fires broke out in and around London. We will have full coverage of the record-breaking heat both in the United States and abroad, but CBS's Chris Van Cleve will start us off from a very hot Fort Worth. Good evening, Chris.
Nora, we hit 110 here. Paramedics say that's not only dangerous heat, that is potentially deadly heat, something that tragically played out in Tallahassee, Florida this afternoon. An 11-month-old died after being left inside a hot car. And tonight, growing concern over the toll of this unrelenting heat. A major power scare at Hoover Dam. As the mercury soared into triple digits, a transformer explosion sent smoke billowing. The dam supplies power to California, Nevada, and Arizona. West of Dallas, this intense heat-fueled wildfire burned a number of homes as temperatures reached 111. Currently, 85 large fires are burning, scorching more than 3 million acres in 13 states. This UPS driver collapsed while making a delivery in Scottsdale, Arizona, where it was 110. He's recovering. 24 days in the triple digits is also taking a toll on Texas infrastructure. Drought conditions are causing the ground to shift, breaking water lines. Of the nearly 500 breaks in Fort Worth this year, almost 40% have come in the last month. What does this heat feel like when you're working in it?
It literally really makes you want to just jump in the pool. Texas heat is bad.
The fragile Texas power grid is keeping pace with record demand as pleas for customers to conserve electricity continue. Meteorologists say the weather pattern is stuck, driving warmer and drier conditions north, creating a drought, which in turn prompts more hot temperatures, resulting in parts of California, Arizona, and the Central Plains stifling under a heat dome. Is this an example of climate change impacting the weather pattern?
We're certainly seeing more extreme weather due to climate change. This drought caused us to go into summer much earlier than we normally see.
And paramedics say this kind of heat can hit a person within minutes. In fact, here in Fort Worth yesterday, they transported 14 people to the hospital, one of them in critical condition. They say the biggest mistake people make is simply not drinking enough water. Nora?
110 is hot. Chris Van Cleve, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And thank you for tuning in for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great evening. Good night and goodbye.